Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. I'm coming back to you with another vaping video. I've had many requests. So, we'll be taking a look at the INNOKIN iClear30 as well as the iClear30s. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you right up front that these are my favorite dual coil top feeding tanks. I really love them. They produce a extraordinary amount of vapor, and I'm very happy with them. And even as you use them and they get older, you know, when things start fading away, they don't seem to fade away as quick as some other tanks. So I'm a big fan. And you can see there's a little bit of difference between the iClear30 and the iClear30s, besides juice being in one of them, because I've been using these for a couple of months now. So this is not just a out of the box and oh, these are great, they work and they're brand new. I mean, I've been using them. I've actually just changed the wicks and the atomizer. It comes as a unit. You could just easily replace it. I'll show you that here in a minute. And even as it's going on, they just last a long time. Now you can see the big difference between the two is one has the wicks self-contained in this metal cylinder that has a whole bunch of holes in there, as you can see. This one, the wicks are all sticking out, and you can see how many wicks there are. So you got a lot of silica wicks there to bring that juice up to the dual coil atomizer, which is on the top. So the advantage again between top and bottom for those of you who are new to vaping is that if they're bottom feed, okay, they tend to the juice keeps the wick wet. Sometimes though it'll flood, but generally you're not going to vape the wick sort of dry and then you got to wait for that to wick more juice up. On the other hand, if you have one on the top, you get all that nice warmth. But you run the risk of basically, if you're really vaping hard, you can actually it'll sort of get dried. You got to sort of slow down and wait for the wick to pick up more juice. So I mean that's my experience. Whether that's other people's experience, I don't know. I am fairly new to this, but that's just my experience. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a close look at these two. There are a lot of similarities besides the name, the iClear30, and this one again being the S, this one just being nothing after the 30, but lots of similarities. One is that the tip, you can sort of just move it wherever you want, which is pretty cool. So if you don't want to tip the whole e-cig or mod, you could just move the tip around just like that. Other similarities is stainless steel and the plastic tanks, which supposedly will not crack when you use those special juices like the cinnamon and juices that tend to crack tanks. These are supposed to be resistant to that, and they're also PC fireproof material is what they call these plastic, clear part. I don't know all the technical terms. I apologize. And both of these hold 3 milliliters. It looks like you could actually put more, but I wouldn't. But there's the 3 milliliter mark. You don't want to go above. If you do, you run the risk of flooding, and then it doesn't produce much vapor until it gets dried out. I'm going to go ahead and open one of these up so I can show you how easy it is to replace the wicks. Now these are not truly what some people consider rebuildable. Some people might say, yeah, it's rebuildable, and some people will not. But basically, you just, you get these. They come in a package, sort of similar to this. This is the one for the 30s. You can see, if you look really close, it's enclosed in that metal cylinder, again with the holes. But it's all the same. You just get this right here. So you got dual coil, so you got a set of wicks for the top and then the bottom. You got 2 coils, one above the other, in there. And what you do is you just screw it into the base. And I recommend that you put your finger here and screw it in nice and tight. And then you take your tank and screw that on as such. Now don't you know, I mean, get it tight, but not so tight that you're going to strip it, because keep in mind this is plastic, so be careful. Then you go ahead and put the top on. Before you put the top on, you can put the juice in there. You all know, or should know, where to put the juice by now. And that's all there is to replacing the atomizer. Really, really easy. This works the same way. Just so you know, not interchangeable. You can't put this kind or vice versa into each, because you can see they are slightly different sizes. Right there, you can see that the 30S is a little bigger. Now, as far as personal preferences, I like the look of the 30S more than the 30, even though this is a little bit grippier with the knurling that's on here. I prefer the cleaner look of the 30S. It is a little bit bigger, and they both work equally as good. You know, they work in similar ways as far as the dual coils and placement and wicking and whoops and everything. They're very, very similar, and you get about the similar or the same amount of juice and vape and steam out of these things. So they both do the same trick with the drip tip. Drip tip is not, you can't take one off and put one on, I don't think. No, you can't. It's what comes with it is what you get. I'm pretty happy with it. I like the tip. As a matter of fact, if you, no, I'm not going to say it. I don't know. If you have strong lips, you could actually hold the whole e-cig, because the way this is shaped in your mouth, like if you had to grab something or do something somewhere real quick, you could just hold it for a second, the way that tip is shaped. I kind of like it. Anyway, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get my INNOKIN SVD. I love this mod. It's a variable wattage, variable voltage. I've done a video on it before. This is actually one that's been relabeled Eligo, but it's a copy or a clone of the INNOKIN SVD. But I love it. I love this, and I do have one actually that's made by INNOKIN. So if this one ever dies, I got a second one because I love this so much. This is my go-to variable volt, variable watt. It's just it has such a solid feel. It's awesome, and any tank that you put on top of this thing just looks great. So, as a matter of fact, my last vaping video, I had put my K-Fun on top of it. This K-Fun I had on top of it, and it even looks good on there. So, there it is. The 30S on top of the SVD. Again, another monster here. I got a big 18650 battery in here, so the telescope here is fully extended to again make a big lightsaber, huge kind of e-cig. But it vapes like crazy, and it's to me it's definitely a great setup. So if you don't like rebuildables, you know, again, such as the K-Fun, which is really good, my favorite rebuildable, the next best thing are the ones that have the interchangeable atomizers that you replace in the tank. It's real simple. You don't have to learn how to do, you know, make your old coils and wick and get into all of that. Maybe that's something you're going to do later on when you get more experience. So you just don't have the time and you don't want to do that, but you do want to get a really good strong vape. These iClear30 30S is definitely the way to go. You could get these for around I don't know, at Fast Tech you could probably find these for about $8-9 usually. They're around between $13 and $15 is what you should be able to find in the online vaping stores. So let's go ahead and take a vape. As you can see, it definitely produces a lot of vapor. And, you know, it's not, you know, your own special rebuildable with micro coils or anything fancy, but for out-of-the-box performance, it's hard to beat. Again, my favorite dual coil, where it's on top out of them all. And if I had to choose between the 30 and the 30S, I like the looks of the 30S better. But anyway, they're both equally as good. They work whether you like your wicks out or wicks in. I give these a 9 out of 10. Yep, 9 out of 10. Highly recommended. So, vape pod. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take care.